violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Has calls into DeKalb County. Channel Traction News has calls into DeKalb County Police to find out more information about a woman found dead. Police say they were called out to Robbins Landing Way off Glenwood Road outside Decatur.
Wow, so we told you guys about DeKalb County, and like I've said before, women, children, really doesn't matter. Anybody can get it. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Officers found a woman dead from gunshot wounds. Right now, this incident is still under investigation, and police haven't released any more info.
Developing now at 5, several people shot and stabbed in a violent showdown this afternoon. It happened at an apartment complex off Hillendale Drive. That's near I-20 in Lithonia. Channel 2's Tom Regan is the only reporter on the scene there. And Tom, you have new information that you've received in the last hour. Can see police still on the scene there.
That's right, Karen. As you can see, there's a patrol car behind me. Police still on the scene following this absolutely brutal fight between two groups of people at this apartment complex this afternoon.
So, like I've said before, if a fight breaks out in the community, you need to leave. You need to vacate the premises. Okay? You are in danger. It doesn't matter if it's a girl fight, a cat fight, guys fighting. The fight is going to get shot up. There's probably a 75% chance that in the event that you see super gremlins on demon time fighting, it's going to get shot up. So I would advise you to make the wise decision and not sit there and pull your phone out and record and not try and spectate a brawl just for a, momentary thrill. You need to get up out of there, man. Just leave. Just leave. Just go ahead and walk up on out of there because you're better than that. I believe in you. Okay? I believe in you as a human being. That your whole life is not based off of these, small thrills of seeing people getting violent with each other. Especially two black men or two sisters for that matter. But as you can see, innocent people will be taken out in the community. And, this story is just being swept under the rug, as we all know.
Afternoon. I want to show you some video that we shot in the last 45 minutes. We watched paramedics carry a man on a gurney out of an abandoned building here. We're told that he was shot and stabbed. On top of that, a woman was shot and a second woman was stabbed. All 3 victims have been transported to the hospital for treatment. Don't know their conditions at this time. We also don't know what led up to these brutal attacks, but I spoke with a neighbor. She told me what happened is absolutely senseless.
Pretty much don't take matters in your own hand. Call the police, but then too, you just can't come to nobody's house. You can't come to nobody's house with all this bickering and thinking everything's gonna be okay. So I feel bad for the ones who got injured. God know I do, but when you're trying to pay Al Capone, that's what happened.
What?
Now, DeKalb County patrol officers are still on the scene here. They're waiting until detectives arrive to continue this criminal investigation. I don't know if you can see over the hill there. There is still some police tape wrapped around that abandoned building. We can assume that is where the core of this fight unfolded this afternoon. Again, 3 people now transported to the hospital. We're working to get an update on their conditions, but at this point, no arrests in this case.
Of course.
Live in DeKalb County, Lithonia, Tom Regan, Channel 2 Action News.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor. and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
She's a notorious jewel thief who stole millions of dollars worth of bling around the world. I sat down for an exclusive interview with Doris Payne, and for the very first time, she told me she wanted to get caught here in Atlanta.
I have never been arrested in a jewelry store. I've never been arrested leaving a jewelry store.
Meet the petite and elegant 91-year-old woman nicknamed Diamond Doris.
Petite and elegant. I mean, I don't think that this is something that they should be glorifying. An elderly woman who is running off with diamonds, especially if you look at the smash and grabs that are going on in LA and other major democratically run cities. It's just not something that I think that these are not the type of women that the community should be looking up to. And I know she's old and all this kind of stuff, and she's allegedly atoned for her sins, but the glorifying of you know, sisters hitting licks, jugging, running off with a check, I don't think it's a good look for the community.
It's hard to believe she's a self-proclaimed jewel thief, but she's the focus of documentaries and books detailing her life. Doris Payne says this is the first time she's sat down for an interview to give her account of stealing millions of dollars in jewelry over the last 6 decades. Authorities say she's used 22 aliases and probably has gotten away more than she's been caught. Did you ever have to do time behind bars?
9 days.
But our research reveals she's done several stints in prison. In fact,
she a damn liar too, a thief and a liar. If you lie, you'll steal. If you steal, you'll kill.
A jewelry association put out bulletins about her in the 1970s. Now calling Metro Atlanta home, Payne's latest arrest in 2017 for allegedly taking merchandise from an area Walmart in Chamblee.
Walmart. No, I've never been to a Walmart and stole no jewelry.
She was arrested again a year earlier for stealing a nearly $2,000 bracelet from the Von Mars store in Perimeter Mall.
So she just out here capping, talking about she ain't never been to Walmart. Excuse me, ma'am, but you're definitely Walmart material.
Payne was hit with 3 years probation for that, and she's been banned from shopping in one upscale store in Buckhead for suspicion of stealing a pair of $700 earrings.
I wanted to have trespassing.
Payne says she purposely chose to get caught in Atlanta, the Hollywood of the South, to get the publicity she needed to get to the next level.
What? That's just an excuse. She's still standing on this. This is how stubborn a lot of these elderly sisters are, and this is why I wanted to premiere on this video, because the hard-headedness, the lying, the deceitfulness, and then the rationalization. Oh, I wanted to get caught in Atlanta, the Hollywood of the South, to get my name out there, get more clout. Ma'am, you got one foot in the grave. You need to be figuring out how you can get right with God. Because God don't like a thief, okay? And, you know, he definitely don't like a liar. And she's out here doing both. So it's just not a good look. But she's standing on it. She's standing on her foolishness. She's standing on the fact that she believes it's okay to take something that you have not worked for, to take something that belongs to somebody else. And this is what these women are teaching their kids. That's why you have a lot of these super teen gremlins on demon time, hitting kick doors, if I should, you know what I'm saying? But that's why, because mama, grandmama, they were thieves.
If I come to Atlanta, I might get a book deal. I might get a movie deal because this is the only city in the United States that blacks have any firm.
What? And now she talking that oppression stuff. Ma'am, Atlanta is turning into a crap show. Okay. What was supposed to be Wakanda, the Black Mecca, right, is turning into a disaster town. So now she wants to run in the Oppression Olympics, saying that Atlanta is the only town that blacks are able to da-da-da. Like, that's BS. Come on. And you know that. You're a thief and you don't deserve a movie nor a book deal. I mean, it would amaze me that she could even write, read, the basics. But you don't deserve no movie deal. Nobody knows about you. Nobody knew about you. You got charges from shoplifting in a Walmart. Running off with some groceries. Like, you're not any type of woman who's committing bank heists or something like that. Okay? Just hang it up. Hang it up. It's over.
Payne's escapades were not concentrated in the United States. She's had more than 20 arrests in countries around the world, including Greece, France, Britain, and Switzerland. Her heist in an exclusive Monte Carlo jewelry store was the piece de resistance, a $500,000 round diamond ring weighing 10.5 carats.
So what happened with Monte Carlo? That nice, expensive piece. Do you remember?
Of course. But how do you mean what happened?
Once you left.
That was it.
What'd you do with it?
Sold it the next day in New York.
Do you ever feel like you committed any crimes?
I know I did. Every time I went, I knew it was a crime.
Any regrets?
No.
On anything you've done?
No regrets. Oh, man. And the racist criminal justice system couldn't even get her to regret her actions. And we're supposed to believe that it's some torturous process. I mean, obviously nobody wants to be in prison, but I mean, you sit there, you do your time, you in and out of prison, and at the end of your life, when you're asked if you have any regrets of stealing from others, any regrets of taking something that doesn't belong to you, any regrets of inconveniencing these small businesses, because these jewelry stores are not like freaking raking in tens of millions of dollars. A lot of them are mom and pop stores, and these pieces that they get are exclusive, and they put in some work to find those pieces, and she just walks off with it, doesn't care, no regrets. I mean, imagine this woman's children if she has them. Imagine, just imagine.
Do you wish you hadn't done it?
Well, I ain't killed nobody, I robbed nobody.
You didn't rob nobody. Oh, okay.
Well, you kind of robbed somebody.
I didn't rob them. They gave it to me.
Wow. And the fact that they're entertaining this and glorifying this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I hope her story goes nowhere. It ain't like she did anything. It ain't like she pulled up, and did some inside man type heist or anything like that. Or what's that show on Netflix, Money Heist? She ain't do none of that. She just played the old lady card. Oh, let me see this piece, honey. Let me go to the changing room. Ooh, I gotta use the little ladies' room, and then walk off with the damn ring. Like, bruh, she ain't do nothing crazy. She ain't do nothing special. She ain't put that. You know what I'm talking about. She didn't do nothing that was like movie worthy. Like, you just played the old lady card. Like, dog, it's. Oh, man. Anyways, y'all already know what it is. These super stealing sister gremlins are on demon time.
I bet you have stories from those outtakes for days. Did she ever get that book deal?
Well, she's gotten a book deal, and she was working on a movie deal. Someone came into her hospital room while she was ill and signed her up and got her rights.
And?
They have done nothing with it. So she is now with
Good. She doesn't deserve it.
the lawyer trying to get that dismissed.
All right, what a character.
She's amazing to sit down and talk to. She does have some stories.
Of course, she's amazing. Oh, of course. A woman who's a thief. Oh, that's the adjective that you come up with. Amazing. Wow.
Many stories. Good stuff.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.